y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kathy. I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mom here in Virginia, and in today's video I am going to share with you guys my early summer 2026 patriotic garden and porch. Y'all, I have to be honest up front. This video I have been recording for almost 2 weeks now. So at the very beginning of the video here, I am showing you footage I got 2 weeks ago, y'all. And I have mentioned part of the things that I love about gardening is how quickly things change. And it is amazing to me to see. So sit back, relax, maybe grab a tea or a coffee, and let's just enjoy this beautiful garden together. So I'm showing you guys this very first thing that I greet my guests with. I have these beautiful pots that I have either antique or thrifted, and I have them filled with sweet potato vine and petunias and geraniums. And then as you step on my porch, you will see these hanging baskets that I created. Again, I have a mixture of just, my favorite geraniums and sweet potato vines and things coming out. And then I have showed you guys a little patriotic display that I did right here. Now, spoiler, I don't know if it's going to be in this video, but I actually changed those flags. I told you guys that I was going to tea stain them. So this video right here is before I tea stain them. But again, this porch is just welcoming, inviting. I want people to come, have a seat, sit a while and talk with me. And then I did end up getting those swags that I told you guys a couple of videos ago that I really wanted on Amazon, and I'll have those linked below. Now, as you come into the lower garden here, right in front of my porch, this is where I call more of my formal garden. I have it filled with purples, blues, and whites. And as you can see, everything was just starting to come into color. The only thing that you can really see are these purples, and everything is just starting to come to life, and I absolutely love it. You can see here that these daisies were just starting to bloom, and I just absolutely love that beautiful white contrast to these gorgeous purple hollyhock that are right behind it. And I absolutely think they are stunning. Moving back a little bit farther, so this is my little area that gets a little bit more shade, so I have some hostas back there, and you can see the cone flowers have really started to sprout up. They have not put up a spike yet in this video, but stay tuned, they're coming, I promise. All right, so we're going to move to the back area of my front porch, and this is more of, it's still formal, but it's a little bit more wild back here. I have created these planters. I actually built that Dollar Tree planter several years ago that I have wildflowers in. And of course, I shared with you guys the fountain that I made last year. I finally got some water plants in there. But yeah, we're just enjoying this area back here. Lots of ground cover that's finally covering everything, which is really great. I absolutely love how formal it is, but I also love how almost like you're in a wild garden or a wildflower garden, and it's just so relaxing and inviting to me. I love sitting out here. I sit right there on that bench all the time, y'all, and just take in the sounds of the water and the birds. And yes, this is my little peaceful spot. I call it my little secret garden area. I absolutely love it. Here are some of my favorite cottage style plants I think that every cottage garden needs. That's some catmint, and of course every cottage garden needs a hydrangea. Y'all, I am so excited about this fig tree. It is sprouting out. Seems to be thriving in this planter, and I'm so excited to see what it will do this year. And then y'all, again, I took this video 2 weeks ago. This was before we had almost a week of rain straight, and you can see my favorite flower back there. My foxgloves are standing straight up. Now, I do add peony cages to them just because they spikes, and I do get a little bit of wind here, so I do put the cages on there to protect them and give them a little bit more strength, y'all. But you're going to see it here later. When we had that rainstorm come through, the rain kind of knocked them down and beat them down. So they got a little bit of wear and tear, but they're still beautiful. They are my favorite flowers. I think they are stunning. And I think very close second is these hollyhocks. I absolutely think they are gorgeous. And they're perfect right here at the back of the house because they can get to be about 6 foot tall. And it just fills in this back area so beautifully. And then, of course, this catmint. Now I'm taking you guys back here to my vegetable garden. This is the first year that I am experimenting with these tall trellising cages, these tomato cages. I've used the smaller versions of them before, but I have just found that it needed a lot more support back here because again we get a little bit of wind back here. So I have tried these this year, so I'm going to see how they do. But everything is starting to come up. We have some collard greens right there. Of course, I've got about 4 different types of tomatoes, and then some small pickling cucumbers here. So now I'm just going to show you again kind of the back view of the entire porch. All right, y'all, and I would love to hear in the comments if any of you have any experience with ponds or outdoor ponds or anything like that. I know that these fish are thriving in here. They are fine, but I'm wondering aesthetically, is there anything else that I can do to maybe make that water not look as green? I know that's an aesthetic thing. It's healthy, that fish are happy, the plants are thriving, but maybe I would like to be a little bit clearer. All right, and as promised, y'all, 2 weeks later, hold on to your horses. Look how much bigger everything has got. It's all reached the bottom of the porch. Everything is blooming out. Even this beautiful phlox is starting to put on its flowers, and these daisies. This hollyhock is already as tall as my son, y'all. Absolutely beautiful. It will reach the top of this banister by the end of summer, and it is going to be gorgeous. Of course, everything out here is bloomed up. The coneflower here at the end, you can see it's starting to put out its very first bud, so I'm so excited about that. And then y'all, look at this planter. It is absolutely spilling over, and then the hollyhock beside it, you can see it has thrown up its first huge stalk. Again, that's already almost 5 feet tall. It's absolutely beautiful. I am trying to leave in a little bit more of this natural ambient sound so you can actually hear and sit with me and imagine, will you, sitting on this bench in the afternoons, listening to that water, the birds chirping. Y'all, this is my relaxing safe haven. This is where I do a lot of my praying. This is my prayer room. I love sitting here. This area is always filled with bees and butterflies and hummingbirds, and it is just beautiful to see and be surrounded by this wonderful nature. I think my vegetable beds here have really appreciated all of the rain we've got. Look at these cucumbers already starting to climb. It is so exciting. I can't wait. I'm going to definitely be pickling this year. And then them collard greens over there are thriving and living their best life. And all of my tomatoes have flowers. So it's so exciting. I love seeing this growth, and again, just planning on all of the salads and everything that I'm going to be preparing for my family. And this is my salsa bed, and you can see I've already got some jalapenos growing, so I'm so excited. Here in probably a couple weeks, a month max, we'll be starting to prepare fresh salsa. All right, y'all, that's going to be everything for this quick garden update. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.